This episode of Wasteland Free Radio is sponsored by Flintlock and Fog. Alright folks, I've talked about this game a lot. This is a Victorian-era RPG, a tabletop role-playing game by our very own David Lilley, the Grand Reverend Supreme. Check them out at flintlockandfog.com. You can also find David Lilley in the show notes of this episode. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show. Everybody loves a good blackout, right? They come in all shapes and sizes, flavors sometimes too. I love the quiet that falls over the city, and the low, almost imperceptible hum of the protective dome. Or what's left of it.
Field integrity at 15%.
I'm your host. You can call me the Lone Transmitter. And coming to you live from Yellowbrook City, you're listening to Wasteland Free Radio, your very last source for news. I'm afraid the rumors are true. With the citywide blackout lasting as long as it has, the protective dome is on its last legs. Please, nobody panic. If I sound excited about this, it's because I am. Plenty of cities thrive in the Radlands without unexplainable scientific doodads like protective domes and force fields. Heck, I made it out there, and I have the survival instincts of a small, cave-dwelling human cyborg hybrid. I don't know. Personally, I would love nothing more for the whole thing to fail entirely because my electromagnetic headaches are all but gone and I would love to get a full night's sleep. But as far as what caused this blackout, well, normally it could be anything from a roach wasp building a nest in a transformer to a date gone bad with Weatherbot 95. But in this case, personified power plant and longtime friend of the show, the Generator, has officially moved on from Yellowbrook City to pursue life outside the protective dome. And who could blame him? The man was responsible for half our city's power supply, hence the blackout. Next time, some warning would be nice, but from all of us at Wasteland Free Radio, guess that's pretty much just me, the station beast, and DJ Daddy D-Rock, that old bag of bones. But we wish you a good journey. Higgs boson speed. There's no telling when we'll get full power back, but like I said, everybody loves a blackout, and everybody has a favorite blackout story. I remember once 95 and I were deep in an hours-long smack sesh. That's Super Smack Sisters, for those of you who are uninitiated. 95 usually mains as Jasper the Glorm. Now, I'm more of a Honklachu guy. I don't know, it's like the electric goose thing. Anyway, we made it to the big boss, and one or two more hits with the glitter wand, and that'd be that. But then Mistress Fingers hit me so hard, I lost control. Then our electricity browned out, and the little power light on the gamebot flickered. We had to hurry. We'd come so far, we couldn't lose all of our progress. I didn't know what to do, so I just went for it. I threw my entire soul into a custom crushing combo, and I mashed that little vintage controller with everything I had. Then 95's Jasper the Glorp just stopped moving, and Mistress Fingers smacked him right off the screen. But just in time, my crushing combo connected, and Mistress Fingers was no more. What a rush. When I looked back at 95, he had disconnected himself from the controller and connected his micro-fusion reactor to the gamebot itself, just to keep it going. We did it. Teamwork. And like a wise man once said, the needs of the Honklachu outweigh the needs of Jasper the Glorp. Now you might be asking, if electricity is so precious, why are you wasting it on video games? We're not wasting anything. We're using it to study ancient culture and technology. Go ahead, roll your eyes. Do you have any idea how hard it was to find a functional super game bot in this economy? I had to do things, okay? Besides, I retrofit the GameBot memory cards for my implant, so back off. You're not my father. Oh, hell, father. Everyone needs an escape. Some people read, some enjoy enthusiastic consensual relations with adaptable robots, and some start child armies. We all deal with the world in our own way. It just so happens that my personal version of escapism involves a hyper-feminine, cartoonish avatar of myself beating up bad guys with wacky items and uncomfortably suggestive special moves. Jasper the Glorm's fucking bash is absolutely devastating. Now, Weatherbot95 isn't happy about the whole protective dome failure thing, naturally. He was counting on the dome for his little Sky Festival experiment. I guess we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way and stare at the sky until we see something other than ash.
Antenna failure.
Okay, well, it looks like I'm going climbing. And they said the whole GameBot memory card thing was just a waste of time. It works just fine, thank you very much. Let's see, crabbing, crumb cakes, cannibalism. Oh, right. Another gift from my ex. Oh, there it is. Climbing. Oh, and a reminder for anyone else out there who uses a card-based implant for memory or skills, muscle memory doesn't transfer, so the next time you think you can just fling yourself across a gap or dangle from an overhang for fun, maybe rethink it. It's a little tricky. You need to keep a handle on what you know yourself and what you're getting from the implant. You've got to keep them separated. At least that's how it works for me. I'm sure it's different for everyone. Cybernetic implants are rarely a one-size-fits-all solution. Sometimes you get lucky and a used piece will fit your biology, but you might run into some unexpected glitches. Okay, I need to concentrate on this climb, so... Alright, I'll be back in a minute, but in the meantime, I'll leave you in the very capable hands of Grand Revered Supreme with his, Okay, I don't actually know what this is, he just sent it to me, so, enjoy.
Chocolate Ice Cream for the Soul by the Grand Revered Supreme, Chapter 1.
Okay, I apologize in advance for whatever this becomes.
It's no wonder most people wander through this wasteland wrought with despair, the ever-present end of a world, on the horizon of a world that has already ended. We few souls who are burdened with existence are cursed to tread through the shadows of a world that once prospered. Most, if not all, wouldn't even claim that living our best would be considered living at all compared to the bright, peaceful existence of our ancestors. I doubt the people of the past even considered that one day the world as they knew it would come to an abrupt, devastating end, only to leave behind us, the weary wanderers who are ever aware of our foretold and very probable next abrupt end. So how do we, the radiated remnants, find a skip in our step, or a tune on our chapped lips? How do we, who radiate our own brightness in a world full of world-ending surprises? How do we, sun-kissed to oblivion by solar flares, find time to appreciate the warmth on our rosy blistered cheeks? Well, I'll tell you. It's the simple things, the frozen things, the velvety joy that follows the fruits of purposeful labor.
I really feel like I need to step in and throw a disclaimer out there. No, I think he is doing this as a bit, but it is possible he runs an actual cult. So if he asks you to, I don't know, build a monument to himself or any sort of deity from the past, maybe just ignore him, but let's see where this goes.
There's something magnificent about the creamy sugar, whipped up into a swirling monument, like a snow-topped mountain stretching up to the heavens, following the cascade of colors intertwined in a silky, dairy spiral of deliciousness. But what people tend to overlook, in the glory of 3 scoops, stacked or whipped, bursting with mint or berry or double chocolate chip, is that ice cream, with its many flavors, has a deeper lesson to bestow upon its enjoyer. When I was young, I lived with my mother in the Coal Valley, nestled between the mountains in the northern region. We found shelter in a textile factory next to a lake. The factory was littered with novelty sweatshirts, with cheeky puns and goofy cartoons of mooses and bears that didn't make any sense. Nevertheless, the sweatshirts came in handy along with the sturdy concrete walls that we eventually called home. And every year the lake would freeze over, and every spring the ice would melt, revealing a similar but different scene. A log would appear on the shore, or a rock would shift further down the bank. Sometimes the water would seem slightly greener, and other times more blue. Rarely did it ever appear the normal yellow. Now, I can't say for sure if it was true, or only my young mind playing tricks on me, almost as if I've stared at enough lake shores and sunken logs that the monotony began to bore away in my mind, and all my mind could do was conjure up thoughts of change, the signs of progress. As if it wasn't actually progress. At least it wasn't the same as it was the previous fall, before the snow fell and the water stiffened up. It's odd now, being an older age, where change can be frightening at times. Hell, it's frightening most of the time. But it's always wise to remember those winters and the spring thaw that would follow, revealing its own little twist to the story. See, just because things change doesn't always mean for the worst. And when things become stagnant, while predictable, tend to make life dull and tasteless. See, we're more like ice cream than you know. When ice cream is freshly frozen and squeezed into a cone, the flavor is vibrant and colorful. But if you leave it out for too long, it becomes loose and loses its shape. It sags, drips, melting its hopes and dreams. Yet again, when winter comes for it, or it's placed in a cooling and rich chamber, it's different, sometimes unrecognizable from its previous glory. Sometimes we don't look like we used to. Sometimes the world shapes us into a new form. But it's not what we look like, because when you take a lick, that velvety sugar cream bursts forth, not having changed one bit. See, we may not look like we used to, and we may not feel like we did, but it's what's inside. That sweet cavalcade of joyful delight is just as if it was in the beginning. See, everything changes, except what's most important. So no matter what the Wasteland or Raiders or fake Space Kings take from you, don't let them take the best parts of life. The flavor.
Well, color me shocked. I didn't think anything profound would ever come out of that man's mouth, but I happen to agree with a lot of what he says. Kind of. I mean, it might not be ice cream, but it's the flavor, it's the little things. You can't just focus on the destinations when you go somewhere. That's something I've learned relatively recently. You've got to stop and, well, don't smell the roses. The roses might try to eat you, but yeah. Okay, turns out it was just a burned out control board. No big deal. It's a piece of cake. But while I'm up here, I've got a few Elux Electronics components to replace. Yes, I know I told Max that I don't use those, but I can't afford to wait around for the good stuff all the time. At least it's a quiet night.
Well, if it isn't Donnie the Tank, the fuck you doing in my city?
This ain't your fucking city, janky Joey.
Okay, it was a quiet night.
Ain't nobody call me Janky Joey but my ma.
Hey, fuck you. She ain't your ma. She's my ma.
Almost done.
Just for that, I'm gonna pop you right in the face, you ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah, I look just like your ma, don't I?
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Just to reconnect the mains and we can get this show on the road. Check 1, 2. Hey, sibilance. Okay, all systems go. Ah! Start a radio station, they said. It'll be rad, they said. Fall from a janky signal tower and dangle by a spare microphone cable, they said. Yeah, no one ever said that, but here I am. Me sideways. I guess I'll just hang out here for a while. All things considered, I'm still having a great day.
Greetings, puny human. Can you see your house from there?
Wow, 95. You came just in time.
Those were her words.
Right. Well, I'd appreciate any assistance you'd be willing to offer.
Apologies. My programming is not designed to operate at such precarious altitudes.
What altitude? I'm like 1/8 of a nuke ball field above the ground. Don't try to tell me you're afraid of heights.
My programming does not allow me to experience the absurd human emotion known as fear.
So, what's the problem?
I will call for assistance. Assistance may or may not be on the way. How's the weather up there?
Very funny. Shouldn't you know, Weatherbot?
I can only predict the weather. Your puny human skin can tell you more about the current state of things than my instruments.
Well, can you predict how long it'll take before help arrives?
Assistance will arrive in approximately error minutes and 42 seconds.
Thanks.
Your appreciation is appreciated, puny human.
Wait, where are you going? Oh, I don't like this one bit.
Is your best friend a paranoid cyborg with attachment issues?
What are you talking about?
Are all robots sexy? All this and an exclusive interview with the radioactive garbage disposal of the year. I'm your stepmother's favorite weatherbot, and you're listening to Wasteland Free Radio.
95, we already did the intro.
Greetings and salutations to all you biological, technological, and algorithmic life forms out there. My designation is Weatherbot 95. You can call me Weatherbot 95. Are you having relationship trouble? Do you have questions about robosexuality that you can't ask your stepmom? Send me a message at error. It seems we already have a question from Anime Fan 29. Weeb, do you have any suggestions for family-friendly activities for my sister's 25th birthday party? A proper birthday celebration in these post-modern times usually concludes with the receipt of revolutionary spankings. Find yourself a registered love bot at the nearest abandoned truck stop and ask for the Weatherbot 95 special. Answers to your questions and more, all on the next, less boring episode of Wasteland Free Radio. Your sonically reactive diaphragms are in my very capable and mechanically supple hands. The following harmonic air pressure vibration is Cardia by Steve Jobs.
No, it's not. Don't listen to him. It's actually next week's washing, and the song is called Sexy Song. Thank you so much for listening to Wasteland Free Radio, and I'm so sorry about this.
Step inside an ocean in your mind. Half alive, I'll find you. Take your time, take your time. your time, take your time. One more time, one more time. And I haven't forgotten, and it's getting me down. Oh, we can't stop now, gotta turn it around. Step inside, half alive. Take your time, one more time.
This episode of Wasteland Free Radio was written by J.S. Pitcher and David Lilley. Today's musical guest was Next Week's Washing with their song, Sexy Song. Opening sequence is by Space Crush. Our background music is by 11D7. And you're currently listening to Olive Tiger. Grand Revered Supreme is played by David Lilley. Weatherbot 95 and additional voices are provided by Caleb Dudek, and the lone transmitter and additional voices are by J.S. Pitcher. That's me. If you've already joined our Patreon, thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying your unedited and ad-free episodes, as well as the couple of other things that we give you once in a while. And if you want, you can go and follow us there for free. You could support us financially if you would like. It does help us make the show. Remember to send Weatherbot95 your questions by sliding into our DMs pretty much wherever you find us. If you have relationship problems, he is the guy to ask. Thank you everybody for being patient while we weathered the winter weather, but here we are, it's spring and we are back. Got the next episode coming out in mid-May, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to Wasteland Free Radio, and remember, the apocalypse is just a state of mind for some of us.